live and direct from my phone to your ears. Welcome to my voice notes. Hello, beautiful people, and greetings from sunny Hollywood, California. And first and foremost, a big apologies as it's been a minute. I would say probably a month since we last spoke. But lots has happened since. We are midst of interviewing for season 4. And in the midst of zhuzhing up Arman'S look and developing some very exciting new things for you. And hopefully we'll be able to share some exciting news with you over the coming months. However, I've been a bit quiet recently as my brothers and sisters in Iran are fighting for their freedom, which makes me feel a bit helpless. But I hope that with my little platform here, I'm at least able to share some beautiful stories and rich Persian culture with you all. But before we get to that, let me tell you what wonderful things I picked up over the past few weeks since we last spoke, as I got to travel and hustle around a little bit and brought you some goodies with me. Frankfurt, Berlin, Lisbon, Saint-Tropez, Paris, London, and back to Los Angeles. A little bit of traveling for the love of culture. Let's start with Frankfurt and the new Museum of Modern Electronic Music, aka MoMEM. I believe it's one of the first of this kind of caliber, with the opening exhibition being a retrospective by my good friend and superstar techno papa, that is Sven Väth. The show highlighting his, I believe, 40 years of DJ life, where you get to see some artworks that were influenced by nightlife by artists such as Tobias Rehberger and Andreas Gorski. But more importantly, you are able to listen to lots and lots of music out of Sven's personal record collection, which are, I believe, 40,000 records, which is insane. Too much to play right now, but one track that stuck with me, which I subsequently had to play at one of my gigs recently, was a track from 2011 by an artist called Argi. It's called The Difference, and I love in particular the dub version. It's so dope. Another highlight was Lisbon in beautiful Portugal, where Team Arman'S was exploring the city and scouting for locations. Of course, a very hyped city for the obvious reasons: good quality of life, low living costs, very well connected, English-speaking locals, and just space to create. We went to some very cool listening bars and explored the city for a little kiosk, which is obviously totally my vibe. But I don't want to reveal too much too soon, as we might do a little live stream pop-up next spring, so stay tuned. Up next, beautiful Saint-Tropez, where I got to play a fun weekend for a friend's wedding, and it was full Habibi vibes, which of course I love. My people. Saint-Tropez/Habibi is my ultimate guilty pleasure. It's like a delicious honey-coated dessert that you know you shouldn't touch, but you can't resist. I got to play among my friends Pascal Moschemi and Folamour, and it was a lot of fun. But my favorite part was that I was able to play all kinds of Habibi tracks. I mean, I am Persian, but my Arabic music library grew substantially over the weekend, and one track that definitely stood out for me was this track from 2002 by the artist Samira Said, and the track was called Yum Waran Yum. A bit cheesy, but there is something about that R&B sounds of that early digital era. Yalla! From Saint-Tropez, we took a train to Parigi, my beloved second home, where I had a couple of client meetings, more soon, but I finally got to see the Schiaparelli exhibition at the Musée des Arts Décoratifs, which was incredible. Well, she was a true artist, and what truly mesmerized me as someone who's in the people's business is how her social circles and artistic milieu influence her design and vice versa. The show is on until January 2023, and it is absolutely worth a visit if you happen to be in Paris. From Paris to Los Angeles. Lots has happened here. Again, mainly creative direction work and some consulting, but also interviewing some fantastic guests for season 4 and hustling along to get an Are We On Air kiosk pop-up up and running for spring 2023. Stay tuned. We will announce everything on our Instagram channel and here, of course, as well. Well, what track to play for LA? Probably this wonderful record that I found in Topanga from all places. Music from Saharan WhatsApp on the fantastic label that is Sahel Sounds. Some of the best music in the world, in my opinion, comes from the Sub-Sahara, and making a compilation of WhatsApp music is genius because one way people create and trade music in Africa is via the phones. All the tracks on this compilation are great, but I picked the track Tara Ebous Dire Mané, I hope I didn't butcher this one, by Etran Delair. Just beautiful. Parigi to London town, to the Frieze Art Fair to be exact, where, as always, fun times happened and I got to reunite with my dear friends and mentors Jay Joplin and Andre Ballas as we threw a little fun Frieze party at the Chiltern Firehouse, our old stomping grounds. It was good to see the place on fire, especially since it's been years that I played there last. And one track that I played which got the place on fire and is definitely one of the bangers of the year is the track Climax by John Nosda, or Noseda? Who knows? All I can say is ding dong! Now, last but not least, my beloved Iranians fighting on the streets for their freedom to just live. It's insane that in the year 2022, we're still fighting for women/human rights. I don't want to get into politics here, but one thing that just blows my mind is the human spirit. That despite these immense challenges, still somehow figures out a way to create beautiful art out of love and or out of protest. A good example at Frieze was one booth that really got my attention, and it was a gallery from Tehran called Dastan, which literally means story. And here, a big thank you to my friend and former mentor and guest on the show, Sir Norman Rosenthal, who recommended me to go and see the works at the gallery by the wonderful artists Reza Aramesh and Homa Delvarey, and the show was called Soft Edge of the Blade. And it was truly capturing the zeitgeist of Iran. It's very hard to describe it with words, but it was very powerful, and it obviously got picked up by a museum. So congratulations on that. One of the songs of this youth-driven revolution is by a young singer called Shervin Hajipur, and it's called Baraye. His Instagram video to the song racked up, I think, 40 million views in no time, until the state cut him off and sent him to prison. I believe he's back out, but the song went viral and it became a TikTok song that has more than now 100,000 votes for a Grammy nomination, and it's on its way to probably win a Grammy. The lyrics are, in a way, very straightforward, yet so powerful, the way he set it up. You can actually find the lyrics and the meaning in English on YouTube, and I highly recommend it to you. But even without the words, you can hear the pain in this generation's voice. Well, let's hope that the more attention these kids get in Iran, the better.
پس از شبای طولانی برای قرصای حساب و بیخوابی برای مرد میهن آبادی برای دختری که آرزو داشت پسر بود برای زن زندگی آزادی برای آزادی
Now, before we get too upset here, one more song. Probably my song of the week. A track by the Pet Shop Boys that I actually didn't know, but I recently discovered thanks to a wonderful interview that we did with Compact's Michael Mayer. A very Balearic/early house track called It's All Right. On that note, everything will be alright, guys. Much love, I love you all, and I miss you very much, and I'll speak to you soon.
Dictation enforced in Afghanistan. Revolution in South Africa taking a stand. People in Eurasia on the brink of oppression. I hope it's going to be alright. I hope the music plays forever.